Hey y'all, Upcycled, LivingCooper.com. Look what Pop's made. Check it out, y'all. Today I got a Pop's pallet project for you, and I'm going to show you how I built these pallet wood boxes out of reclaimed pallets. I made these for my daughter. This was her original. This goes in a little dresser that I made her, I don't know, a while back, several years ago. And so she wanted me to make her some new trays or drawers to go in there. So this is what I came up with. And I'm going to show you guys how I made them. The dividers in these things come out so you can rearrange them. This design, you can have 3 sections in there, or you can take these middle dividers out. This kind, you can take this divider out and put in a single, like so that you have 3 compartments. Y'all keep watching and I'll show you how I upcycled these pallets into some beautiful wood for these trays. Pretty nice, I think. Y'all keep watching. Let's do it. Okay, y'all. To make these boxes, the first thing we got to do is break down our pallets. Let's do it. Okay, y'all. There's one. Nana reminded me, you don't have ear protection on. Okay, fine. She's right. Safety first. Wear your ear protection. Okay, now we got all our pallets broke down. So now we need to pick out some wood. Each of these drawers takes 7 pieces that are about 13.5 inches long, so these are all way longer than that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of some that I know that we're not going to use. Okay, y'all, now I got these laid out. Pretty much, if you look at the end grains there, I got the end grains all kind of grouped together, so all these are kind of the same color patterns and grains. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep these things to plane them, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to make sure at least one side is flat, and I'll do that using a hand plane and the saw, just different techniques. Y'all keep watching and we'll do that. Okay, y'all, got all the boards flattened out on one side so that they all sit on the table without being too wobbly. Now we're going to plane these things up. I'll keep watching. So we got one side planed down, so it's nice and flat. Now we're going to come over here to the table saw and we're going to saw it to about, I want my final dimension to be about 1/4 inch. So we're going to saw this to 3/8 of an inch. It's a lot faster than trying to do this all on a planer. So we're going to saw it down to about 3/8 of an inch, and then we'll go back to the planer and finish planing out both sides and get it nice and flat. I got my boards cut. I've got them currently down to 3/8 of an inch by 2 7/8 and by about 13 3/4. Now my final dimension on these boards are going to be 1/4 inch thick, and they're going to be 2 5/8 inch wide. So I'm going to finish planing them now that I got them sawed down to 3/8. I'm going to go ahead and finish planing them down to their final thickness of 1/4 inch, and then we'll go back and we'll cut them down to our final width dimension of 2 5/8, and then we'll work on our length dimensions. Here we go. I got all my boards sorted, and I got these in stacks for each box that I'm making. I'm making 4 boxes right there. This is what the original box looked like right there. So my daughter wanted me to duplicate that. So I made this. This is one that I already made, and I got the box joints and then the centerpiece dividers. I didn't glue those in case you want to take them out and stuff. This is just I guess a sample. It's not 100% done. It's not finished or anything, but that's what these boxes are going to look like. So the next thing I'm going to do is cut the box joints like this, and to do that I'm using this little jig that I made, and there's boatloads of videos on how to make these little jigs. Basically I just took a little piece of wood that's the size of the kerf on my saw blade, and then I glued it in here. I cut a slot and then I glued it in there, and then I took another piece that was the same width, set next to it, and then cut another slot right there. So that's my little box joint jig that I'm going to be using to saw these up. So let's saw them up. There you go. There's one box. 3 more to go. Alright, now I got all my boxes, finger joints cut. I need to cut a rabbet around the bottom like this. So the bottom will sit in there like so. So to do that, I got my fence set up at about 1/8 of an inch gap there. And then I set my blade depth using a piece of 1/4 inch plywood. This is what the bottom's going to be made out of. Now all I got to do is cut a rabbet in the bottom of all my side pieces. Now keep watching. Alright, so I got these frames put back together, and you know, the original had this spacing like this, and she only has 2 of these in her current setup, and you see I'm making 4. And the way I've made this, these come out. I'm not gluing these in permanent, so she can make it adjustable. And what I'm also going to do is, on a set of these, is I'm just going to put dados in the middle, like that, so she can make one, just a 4-section, or even a 2-section tray, or I'm thinking maybe even a 3-section. I think I'm going to cut a spacer also that she can use to, so she can put 1 spacer here, and then kind of a half spacer there, and do it in thirds, or she could do 3 full like this, or you know, just make it a little more, I guess, functional, a little more versatile. That's what I think I'm going to do. So I'm going to do each of these kind of individually. Y'all keep watching. Okay, y'all, got the dados cut, and this one, I got it on all 4 sides so I can put a cross piece in the middle. That was the same thing, got the cross piece. And then on the other 2, I just have them on each end. On each end so I can put it in like the original. Alright, now I am going to cut the bottoms. So I can get these things glued together. Y'all keep watching. And there we go, like a glove. Alright, I'm going to glue these together. Let's glue it. Let that dry for a while. We'll flip it over, do the seams around the bottom, and we'll be good. Then I got to do the other 2. So keep watching. Okay, y'all. I glued this box up last night. Let it set overnight, just because it was late and I wasn't coming back out here. So we're gonna take it loose and see what happens. Now I've never used the regular crazy glue to do this, so we'll see how it works out. I don't know if you heard all that popping and cracking when I was bending this thing. I don't know if it's going to hold or not. Now, this one here, I use the Crazy Glue wood glue, fast dry wood glue, and it worked great. The Crazy wood glue. Well, I gotta see if I put the elements together. I'll keep watching. Now that I got all my boxes assembled and I've filled in all the little gaps with some sawdust and super glue in the joints, we're going to sand this thing up and work on the spacers that are going to go in it. Okay y'all, got the trays all sanded nice and smooth. I just use 120 grit, and I'm not a real fine furniture kind of guy, I guess. I like a little bit coarser. You see I do a lot of pallet stuff anyways. So I got the trays all sanded down. Now I got to work on these dividers like this. So some of the trays will have these dividers and then some of them will just have the crosshatch. And I got all my dividers, these are all cut and plain, but I'm going to have to rip them down and pull a 1/4 inch off to account for the bottom, because they're the same thickness as the sides are. So I'm going to have to cut those down 1/4 inch. And then I will notch them for these little cross pieces. I'll put notches in them for that. And then for the pieces that are going crisscross, I'm going to cut them down to this level for about 1.5 inches, inch and a half, and then I'm going to come back up. So it's going to come up like that. That's where we're going next. There you go. I got all the boxes cut and glued and sanded with the dividers. Sanded and the dividers come out so you can rearrange them. You can see I got this one set up for 3, but then I got her an extra divider if she wanted to switch it to a 4. And then I got another extra divider if she wanted to change that one to a 3 as well. Now I'm getting ready to put the finish on these things. I'm going to use my favorite finish, Danish oil. I use Danish oil. This was the original paint, but she's kind of grown up some since then, since I built her this thing years ago. And if she doesn't like it after the Danish oil is cured, then she can repaint it. Alright, let's put the finish on these things. Okay y'all, there you go. There you have it. That's how I built my pallet wood boxes for my daughter. And it was pretty fun little project to work on. Upcycled 3 pallets into those 4 boxes, and then I had pallet wood for this one too, out of another pallet project. As you've seen, I've got several pallet projects that I've done. Pretty nice. The dividers come out on all of these, so you can mix and match if you wanted to. You can move this around. Just like that. In the same way with these cross pieces, you can turn it into 3 sections, and I got her some extra dividers. That's it. That's how I upcycled these pallets. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, well, you can give me a thumbs down too. I understand not every video is for every viewer, and that's okay. Leave me some comments. Good, bad, indifferent, constructive criticisms, not foul comments, so we try to keep it family friendly over here. Maybe some other ideas that you have for upcycling pallets, some projects you'd like to see, leave those in the comments down below, and we'll see what we can do. Also, check out our social media at LivingCooper on Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter, as well as check out our blog over at LivingCooper.com. And lastly, and probably most importantly, is please subscribe. We appreciate the subscriptions. Hit that notification bell so you're notified next time we upload. And check out our other videos. We got all kinds of videos. Got pallet wood projects, how-tos, reviews. Check those out, and we'll see you guys next time.